So funny story. Remember when I told you I had a limit over collection, the Heroes box opening that I was gonna do, and then it just never arrived in the mail? So the seller, shout out to Cats Collectibles, sent me another batch. The other one was returned to their PO box for some reason. I messaged him and I was like, I feel like this is fate. Let me get the other batch as well. Or maybe I was supposed to receive this one, which is why it got weirdly like lost in the mail. So I have one more batch of 5 boxes coming whenever that arrives. That's the original order that I never made it to my PO box. But then I also have, I believe 5 Asian edition boxes, because I hear that it's a bit easier to pull Grandmasters in the Asian version, only because I assume there's less print. So if there's less print, there's still 100 amongst those, batch of boxes. Whenever that ships, it's supposed to have been shipped by now. We'll do one more opening on that, but expect to see 3 more videos, including this one of the Limit Over collection, where we try to get the Grandmaster. Actually, what I really want is going to be the Prismatic Dark Magician Girl, and also the Dark Magician Pharaoh Sura, which I have not yet pulled technically. Like I said, in case you are new, you haven't seen the beginning, I did pull the Dark Magician Girl, the Dark Magical Curtain technically, as a gift. It was just included as a gift by Hal. Shout out to Hal. Which, by the way, Hal did create a Instagram. If you want to go follow him, I'll link in the description below. He gifted me that just for the love, just for love of the game. But yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and hop in, do 5 more boxes, and the cool thing about this is I've already completed the set. I'm already done with what I'm supposed to try to get, which is basically the SB Little Knight, which I was super hyped to get, the Masquerina. I got Fancy Ball as well in Prismatic. The only thing I have not pulled yet is a Prismatic Dark Magician and the Dark Magician Girl, or the Dark Magical Curtain. So we'll try to make that happen today. So we'll see what happens. Got Fiendsmith track. I've already stated my critique of Rivals. I feel like the Rivals set honestly kind of sucks. The only thing that's good about Rivals is I think the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and the Cyber Dragon are actually like incredible. But as far as playable cards, everything is so much better in this set than the other set. Like everything, you have the Cybers, which you have the Fiendsmith stuff, which I guess counter the Fiendsmith stuff to put Prime out in the other set, which is still just as good. But like I feel like everything else in this set is just so much better. Not to knock it, but I'm looking at it from the perspective of a collector and a player. Even on the collectible side, there's just way more cool shit in this set than the other one. Anyways, allow me to pull a Grandmaster Dark Magician Girl. Not right now, but almost was right now. Now, again, in case you wanna know all the information, because I keep seeing the same questions, this set is not announced yet in English. These are all brand new cards, they're not reprints. So as soon as they prepare them for, I guess, our release, and there's our full art for this box. As soon as they prepare this as a release for us, we'll get this probably at some point in the next couple months. A lot of people expect it to be in Rarity Collection, and I thought about it first, but like, the thing is Konami never releases cards from the OCG that fast in the TCG. Like, we get them like months later normally. I mean, not to say that they were always going to be bound to do that, but they normally always do that because the new cards always do like a big meta shift. So we get them. There's SP Little Knight. We always get them months later. So my theory is we'll probably get the Dark Magician stuff maybe in Chaos Origins, which has already been announced for a July release. And then Glorious Gallery, I bet you is where we'll get the Blue Eye stuff, because Glorious Gallery always has something cool and unique. And they've done like stuff like Dragon Master Magia in the past. We got the first Starlights ever with 10,000 Dragon and the Astral Utopia back in 2019 in the Battle Legends set. So I wouldn't be surprised if Battle Legends and Chaos Origins are like amongst the first sets to give us some of these crazy cards. There's Dark Magical Curtain. Ooh, and our Starlight is Eclipse Twin, or I guess Prismatic. We'll put that right there. We'll put this actually out here for good luck. But yeah, that's how it works. A lot of people are confused. It's like, why are the Rarity Collection I have? It's because it came out a month ago. Rarity Collection is giving us a piece of the full arts that are already like released, basically reprints. Because stuff like Rarity Collection is always meant to serve a purpose of giving us higher rarities for stuff that's already out. They don't really tend to add new cards. I mean, I think they've done it like a couple times in the past, but in general, it's always meant to be like a reprint set because the game gets too expensive for players, so they want to add more ways for you to obtain the cards that you need to make sure you have a chance of winning in the game. That's the whole point. Whereas Japan, they're kind of like dropping Rarity Collection style stuff all the time. Way more frequently over there, I guess. And that's probably why it's more common for them to add new stuff in their version of Rarity Collections over there. For us, we got a Fuba. For us, what matters is going to be these like main sets. And I guess the next big chance for that is going to be whenever Chaos Origin comes out. But it's interesting because Chaos Origin also already has, they already have full arts. So So we'll get like twice the full arts. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I have a theory that maybe we won't get all the maybe we won't get all the full arts that are in here as serialized cards. I don't think they're gonna should just drop 18 serialized cards in Chaos Origin on top of the full arts that you get in the set. I mean, it might. Maybe they only do Dark Magician, Dark Magical Curtain, and that's probably why they're so like confused of what they want to do. Because like the way they release an OC just doesn't make any sense for the rest of the world, and that's why they're trying to figure out when do we release these. But whenever they do it, it's gonna be the same as it is over here. It's gonna be limited to 100 copies. They'll probably be split amongst the different regions, Europe, South America, US. They'll probably have like 100 E, 100 US. But that's how that works. A lot of people have been asking about this. Also, it's funny because a lot of people put stocks into Rarity collection, and I saw people are buying out boxes, hoping to pull Grandmasters, and it's like, you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh! I probably wouldn't do that because knowing how they do it, there was a very, very small chance those cards would have been in that set. I don't think it was worth, investing that much. But you know what? Like I said this months ago. I was like, scalpers are going to enter Yu-Gi-Oh! And get burned because they do not understand the game. You got to know the game if you're trying to get a piece, And when you don't know the game, is what it is. There's Fancy Ball. This card was actually released in Master Duel first. Features both Masquerina, Chiyomaru, or that's not Chiyomaru, but SP Luna, who's Chiyomaru, and then Masquerina. Yo, bang! All right, maybe not. But yeah, as of right now, I'm really curious to know how many more Grandmasters exist for specific ones. Like, how many Dark Magical Curtains are still out there, That would have been fire. Wouldn't that have been fire if I just said that and then bang was the next card? I want to know how many, even in the Asian edition, because I was looking at a pop report for PSA last night. I feel like a lot of people are grading with ARS, which is a Japanese-based grading company that specializes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, we got our prismatic Kuribo, which means we don't get a Grandmaster in this box. I'm checking the pop report. There's like no graded PSA specifically copies of serialized cards. There's like maybe like a handful for all the main ones. I think they had 1 Dark Magic Curtain and 10 1 and 9 at the time we recording this video. They had almost like no Asian versions, which is weird to me. But again, I'm seeing a lot more pop up in ARS, and honestly, they look better in ARS than anything. Bang! Ooh, Engage Starlight? That's a good card. It's interesting. I want to know, like, maybe some people are just keeping them, I don't know, not graded. They're probably just putting them in like a binder or something, or safe, because they're very expensive cards. But I also know PSA charges a premium when they grade expensive cards. And if you try to grade the Blue Eyes White Dragon or the if you try to grade a Blue Eyes White Dragon or the Dark Magical Curtain, which are both like $40,000 cards, they're charging you like $2,000 just to grade it because insurance purposes. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay, sure, if you're using that as an excuse, but you guys gotta start, paying out your customers more when insurance purposes happen. You guys know that the Deoxys thing happened a while back, and they got the mistake. Ooh, flew behind collector rare. They made a mistake of appraising that card for like 20 grand. They're like, yeah, we messed up your card, we'll give you 20 grand. Now, from what we heard, the resolution in the end was they did more research, and then they told the guy that they're going to pay him the correct amount that they owed him. But still, that shouldn't even happen. For how much they charge for insurance purposes and bumping up like stuff when it's too expensive, they better have like that money ready to go when they mess up. Because they're going to mess up at the end of the day. It happens. Every now and then, there's going to be an issue where something pops up and PSA is going to ruin a card, or maybe something will happen. Something damages. They got to be ready to pay the right amount that they owe the person. Because you're charging us on the daily when the card's expensive. And that's the reason why. It's so they have that money. It's like, bro, if you're going to be charging me, upcharging me when the card's expensive, you better pay out the customers whose cards you messed up. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, honestly, I'll be real with you. If I pull a Grandmaster, I would probably much rather send it to my homie in Japan and then have him submit it for me to ARS, because their slabs just look better. I mean, just picture this. Imagine Dark Magical Curtain in this. It feels like more like a trophy, And they're like, the slabs just they feel so expensive. They're way more high quality than any other company. And again, I would exclusively grade with ARS. if I could. It's just the problem is they're only in Japan base, and if you don't live in Japan, you can't sub. Bang! Luckily, my homie who lives in Japan can sub for me whenever I visit Japan or whenever I send him a package, and he got me. Ooh, Perulia, give me all the jellyfish. It's the Trident Dragion. Okay. But yeah, now I wonder if it was fate for this package to get lost. Was I supposed to receive the other one? Because it's funny, because as soon as I messaged Cats Collectibles, I was like, hey man, just so you know, for no reason at all, here's what happened. I got the notification that was delivered on like Thursday, like 2 weeks ago. And then I went there and they're like, we don't have it. Come back tomorrow. I came back the next day and they're like, yeah, it's not here. We'll let you know if we find it. And then on Saturday, I got a notification that was shipped back. I'm like, why is it back in Florida? What happened? Like, what? Normally, if you don't pick up your package for like 15 days in like a parcel locker, they'll send it back. It was like a day. It never even made it to my P.O. box. So I messaged Cats Collectibles. I was like, hey man, stuff got sent back, letting you know now. He goes, cool, I'll send you another batch, because it's an hour away in our P.O. box. And I'm like, cool. And then as I realized, I'm like, wait, what if I'm supposed to get that original one? Or maybe fate sent it back, so I get this batch. Either way, I was like, yo, let me get the other batch, because I want to know what I missed out on. Bang! So whenever I get that package, it'll be a fun little video to open up as well. And before, both of these are just nothing. And then if I get the Asian boxes that I ordered a couple weeks ago now, maybe I'll have something in there. Oh. Ooh, back-to-back Bro, my Starlight luck for overframes is so much better with heroes. I swear, I've opened Rivals, and I feel like most of my Rival videos I didn't even open. I didn't even upload. We got the new Field Spell Searcher. Like a generic, we'll call it, terraforming. But yeah, I feel like my luck is so bad with Rivals, I just stopped even uploading most of them. Actually, I think I uploaded the 3 that I did. But even still, I did like 3 openings, and out of like 3 openings worth of boxes, which is like 15, 20 boxes, I pulled like literally nothing. I'm like, yo, where's the Starlights? Like obviously you're guaranteed a full art per box, and that could either be in Prismatic, or as we call it, Starlight, or it might be Spilo Knight, or it might be in just normal ultra rare. Which, by the way, also Rarity Collection, they made the Starlight versions of their overframes really hard to get. I think it's the original pull rates that Starlights used to be back in the day, where it's like 1 out of like 3 booster boxes, or booster cases, I should say. And a case is 12 boxes, right? They're really hard to get. Yeah, 12. So it's 12 boxes in the case, and 1 out of 2 or 3 cases you can get a overframed Starlight, which is why Dragoon was selling for $500 at launch for pre-order prices. And honestly, with how popular and useful Dragoon is, and you got to style on your opponents with max rarities, I feel like that card's gonna go up. On top of that, it's a fan favorite. Mirror J will probably like sit around 500-ish as well, just because it's very playable. But it's also another fan favorite card over the branded engine. So if for some reason that card ever got banned, the price would just absolutely just get demolished. But yeah. Either way, Dragoon is one that I feel like if you want to collect, that's the one to go for, because that card is going to be unobtainable down the line. Especially if you want to get a graded copy. I mean, it's Dragoon, he looks cool. But as far as the pull rates, I saw people complain that it's not 1 overframe per box, and honestly, I think that's good. Overframes should be hard to pull. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has lacked chases. The only time they really had chases was when we had Battle Legend set, basically, where you could pull like Dragon Master Magia or the Altar Ray from Sky Strikers. Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs pull rates. They need something that's exciting to pull for. Otherwise, like, why are you opening packs? It's not as exciting. And I remember when I did my preview opening, the sponsored one, I was like, oh, it's 1 per box. No, I just got really lucky. I got my 2 overframes, not a fan of either one of them, but I got 2, and that was hype. Bang! But it wasn't anything special. All right, so no Dark Magical Curtain in Prismatic for me, is there? Totally awesome, but that was not a totally awesome pack. Come on. I just want to pull a Prismatic Dark Magical Curtain just once. Cyber's Contract Witch, just never. Normal ultra rare. Man. All right, well, this is kind of a dud. It's the Abel Star. We can just kind of rush through this. We're gonna get a Starlight here, right? Which I have not pulled yet. Correct, I've not pulled yet. There's another Espilo Knight. Like, this set is so much better than Rivals. It's crazy. Like, you have so many like common staples that go in a lot of decks. There it is. And we got the Visa Samsara for our Prismatic. Oh, we also got a Dark Magical Curtain. Ultra rare. Now I'm getting teased with how many ultras I'm pulling for that card. What's crazy to me is I have not pulled, despite how many boxes I've opened, I have not pulled a Prismatic Curtain yet. I mean, I guess in that case, it might have been smarter to get a booster box, or I'm sorry, a case. Because at least with a case, you're not guaranteed, but you have a better chance of pulling like one of everything, if that makes sense. It's funny because when Ruxin was buying his boxes, he was like, yeah, I got a case. I'm like, you got a case? You better be lucky that that's that one case that has the hit. Otherwise, you know, you have a better chance of pulling a Grandmaster if you like lay out the net. You know, you lay out the net and just cast various boxes from various cases, and if you get lucky, you get chosen. He got ultra chosen. His case happened to be a Grandmaster case, and he pulled his Stardust Dragon. I was wrong on that one. But no, me, if I would have pre-ordered a case, my case wouldn't have had anything in it, and likely I probably wouldn't even pull Dark Magical Curtain if I can be real. To be honest, the path that I chose was better because I ended up finding a one seller that gifted me one. Again, shout out to Hal. That was cool. All right, last box in this video, and then we'll have 2 more Rivals videos in the future. We'll see what happens then. Another Uva. I do recommend a lot of people check out Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the part where all the casuals go, no, don't touch Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Sucks. I miss the old days where I said, well, old days was fun, but games have to grow. That's something people don't understand. The game has to grow. It has to adapt. It has to change. It's like, while you might enjoy the game, the masses would have at some point left. And the only way to keep a game hot is you keep adding new mechanics and new ways to play. And then if you had 25 plus years, almost 30, obviously the game is drastically different today. But I also say formats are cool if you can play older formats with friends. I love playing older formats. That's why I do a lot of my videos with older formats. It's just way more enjoyable to do those kind of videos. But when it comes down to playing the game, I love playing modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Figuring out the puzzle to break your opponent's board, while also fixing up your board. It's just enjoyable. It's just super hype. It's very rewarding. And also the skill curve is so like drastic. It's like a hard game to enter, which I think the general consensus is it's hard to enter the game if you never played or if you come back for the first time in 20 years. I agree with that. But once you do, it's so rewarding. Bang! Did I just bang same card 2 times in a row? But yeah, if you take the time to learn, it's just the game is just so highly rewarding. All right. Nothing. We just got Exorcistus Magnifica. And there's also a deck out there for everybody. If you want to learn, you know, find the cards you think look cool, formulate a deck around it. Learn. No one's gonna figure out, oh wow, but it's just a it's just an ultra rare. Man, I was hoping to get a, because I already pulled this in ultra rare, but not in prismatic. You're not gonna learn any video game you first play overnight. Like, it's gonna take a minute to learn how to do combos in a fighting game and how to, like, you know, use them online properly and win. It's gonna take you some time to figure out how to beat that boss in like a Souls-like game. If you're a platformer, you're gonna have to die 1,000 times before you figure out how to beat the level. Like, nobody picks up a game and you just learn overnight. I feel like too many people expect the game to be like super easy right out the gate, and that's just not the case. Though again, I will agree the barrier to entry is pretty high. It's pretty hard to learn, but once you do and you get over that initial like bump, it's just the game is very, very rewarding. You're gonna hate it, you're gonna love it, you're gonna complain, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna, you know, it's just one of those games. And like the more like it starts to click, the more you end up liking it. That's something that a lot of people who are afraid to enter Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't get. That's why we play the game. Bang! Oh, we got Trident Dragon. This is a card you don't want to see on your opponent's side of the field, ever. It's part of a deck called what we'll call it, Tempai, that just auto wins, going second. This is the part where people go, there's an auto win going second deck. Let me go ahead and try that out. Yeah, it got hit on the ban list a bit because the deck was kind of unfair. Basically, what it does is it goes second, and your board is unaffected, so you can just build the board however you want. If you got the, if you don't got the right cards to stop your opponent from searching and adding certain things, which by the way they're still unaffected, then you lose. And then they go second, and then it attacks you a billion times, and then he just dies. It's like, cool, great mechanic, guys. I know going second sucks in Yu-Gi-Oh, but they made it a bit too strong. Our last 2 packs, we got nothing left in here. We already got the main hits, but this is the box that I was sent instead. So now it makes you wonder if the box that was sent back is the box that has Grandmaster. Bang! We're gonna end it with Cyber's Wicked. That's actually not bad, you know. Pulled what, 3 overframe Starlights? 2, including the Dark Magician Pharaoh Servant. This card actually is amazing, and the art is just incredible. Imagine a Dark Magician Girl equivalent like this. I don't think they're going to do a Dark Magician Girl retrain anytime soon, because we did get this in Alliance Inside last year, and then in 2025 is when it came out for us. This card is very, very good for that deck. On top of that, art is insane. But imagine they do something like this as the maybe you can do a full art version of this as like a reprint. I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. And then you can have her match Dark Magician's energy, or just do the same art, just more, you know, popping out. That'd be hype. But whenever that happens, that'll be insane. Whether it's just a full art Starlight or also a possible Grandmaster as well. It's gonna be a huge card. That said, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on anything we covered. I'll see you guys in the next video.